Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. If you're not already with the LFR family, I'm going to need for you to do me a big favor and hit the subscribe button right there, Jack. Hit that thing. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the join button if you want to become a member. Hit the like button. That's the only price of admission for our live streams is simply hit the like button. It helps the channel. It helps the video move forward and be seen by more people. Make sure you answer my poll. It's just to help. It's just a health check. I'm just checking up on your person, seeing how you're doing, seeing if you're in a good space mentally or physically. You know what I mean, or even spiritually. A lot has been going on in this country lately, and you guys know that. We are. You have different pockets that are coming together like crazy, and you have different pockets that are just divided like crazy as well. And that's why I'm checking up on your well-being, man. I want to thank Marcelito Grasso. Shout out to Grasso, man. I met this brother through my coaching services, through my YouTube coaching services. He became one of my clients and doing really well. And he's taught a lot of people inside of the coaching course a bunch as well. But just out of the blue, he reached out to me this weekend, and it I just want to say, brother, it meant the world, man. Thank you so much. It meant the world. Um, it's wild that this brother is he's a white dude. He's a white dude, and I'm bringing that up for a reason because there are people like myself who are black who believe that white people don't give a damn about black people, and I think that's just the dumbest thing ever. I think that our divide comes from something that we can just flip on and off like a light switch. If we didn't want to hyper focus on our differences, we can focus on our similarities and the things that we love the same. I mean, we all love love. We love family. We love good food. You know what I mean? We love to feel good. We love peace. How come we can't go there? For some strange reason, we just want to always divide one another with political ideology, with race, with many things, man. We just want to install hate where that where there doesn't need to be. Um, I'm not a huge fan of funerals, wakes, memorials, those type of things. When I was growing up, me and my friends, man, we sung at more than a few of our friends' funerals, um, and then getting into ministry, I was tasked to sing at more people's funerals, and that right there, man, I don't like seeing people hurt. Like we all got to die one day. That's like a guarantee. It's like the biggest guarantee outside of taxes is death. That's why the funeral home business will never go out of business. They won't. They won't. Hospitals, they might even go out of business before funeral homes would. So, but I don't like to see people hurting. I don't like to see people, going through that process of just realizing that this is it. Like I'm never going to see my loved one again. I'm never going to be able to have a conversation with them anymore where they're communicating back. I mean, you'll still be able to have a conversation with them. They just won't communicate as they did when they were, you know, um, in the flesh rather than just in the spirit. But but that's why I'm coming to y'all today because I really want to know about your well-being. Because when Grasso checked on me this weekend, I gotta say that completely changed how I was feeling. Like I was going through something and didn't even realize it. Just in case you guys haven't noticed, and I'm the type of person I don't believe in anxiety. I don't believe in depression. I don't believe in those things that that doctors give us a pass to just deal with our medical issues, our mental issues, and whatnot. I believe that we have the ability to think about something else, to focus on something else, and not deal with um, internal messes such as depression and whatnot. But then I realized that a lot of the symptoms with depression I've been fighting in the last, I don't know, probably all my damn life, to be honest with you. I just don't accept it because I like to hyper focus on fixing the problem. I like to hyper focus on my love and appreciation for the Lord and how He's brought me out of so many things and how He's kept me and how He's blessed me with His grace and His mercy and how I don't deserve His grace and His mercy and the love of people around the world that just reach out and just show support regardless if I deserve it, man. I just know that God is real. So because I know God is real, I don't I don't accept depression. I don't accept anxiety. I don't accept those things. You know what I mean? It helps me move forward. That doesn't mean that I'm not dealing with it. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that I don't allow hours to pass away and I've not been productive. I'm just twiddling my thumbs, thinking about fixing the issue when I can actually be fixing the issue. You know what I mean? And I'm saying all that to say this. When I saw how many people attended Charlie Kirk's um, memorial service, when I saw not only how many people attended, but when I saw what they were doing, they spent like m- a lot of moments just in pure worship, just in worship. Like usually you got to when you go to a funeral and everyone's crying, everyone's in a bad, mental space. Um, you got to pull that out of them. You got to get them to focus on the goodness of God and how the Lord has come through over and over and over for us. You got to force them to think about the blessings of the Lord. In this memorial service, they were in straight worship, man. Like they knew that Charlie Kirk was with the Lord. This is what happens when you live life correctly. This is what happens when you try to inspire and motivate people to move in the correct direction. You know what I mean? Like you're moving with love and you're moving with light rather than darkness. And this is why my mind is blown when people decide not to turn that racial switch off, when they decide not to turn that hateful switch off, and they just want to hyper focus on political talking points, man, just to help their side win an argument, win a debate, move further along in the whole realm of hate. I don't like that at all. And that's why I'm coming to you all this morning because I was thinking about y'all this weekend. And instead of going live, I was going to go live throughout the entire memorial service, but that would have been fake for me. As a content creator, I could have done it. But as a person, as a human being, that's not where I am right now. It's like when you're dealing with your own stuff, you got to make sure that you even have the capacity to put yourself in a position to deal with other things that are going to add more emotional strain to your day and to your life. That being said, I decided not to go live and do the memorial service and whatnot. But I went back and checked out a bunch of it, and I was blown away. I was blown away. I was blown away by how, Trump and Elon Musk joined back up. You know what I mean? Shook hands, had a good conversation. Just put their issues aside and just decide to focus on the glue that brought them together. Because one thing I do know for a fact is that God does not make any mistakes. I don't care how you look at it, man, how you slice it. It could be the worst thing in the world for us, but we're just a small part of this equation. The Lord created everything. The Lord created every one of us. And yes, we go through our issues and we go through our problems. And a lot of our issues and problems are something that we brought on ourselves by not being disciplined, by not being locked in, by being greedy, by being selfish, by being just mean and evil spirited. Like it's a lot of the things that we bring on ourselves. But sometimes we don't. Sometimes evil forces are let in, and what we look at as a fail is actually a win for the Lord, because what else could have possibly happened? What else? If you can help me out in the comments, I'm appreciative of whatever you want to say about this. But what else could have happened? Could have happened in this time, right, that we're in right now, as divided as we are, that will bring so many people together to worship, and honor the Lord. What other thing would have happened or could have happened to make young people run to be saved and run to church to have a relationship with the Lord? What other thing could have happened? I don't want us to speculate and say, well, that would have happened regardless. You know, the Lord is good, God is good all the time, all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, something always happens to make sure that we give God the praise for keeping us, for bringing us together and everything. So I think it's imperative that we start to focus on those things. I did a video last week, honestly, that I'm not too proud of. And a lot of people were appreciative of it because I was angry. I was pissed off. I was talking about Charlie Kirk passing away. I was talking about the disdain I had for all of this negativity that's going on in the world, all these ignoramuses who were making fun of Charlie Kirk and his family, who still are. They making songs about him and all that other stuff. And it just blew my mind, everything that was happening in our country. And I just cut on the camera and I just started speaking, and it was real. It was coming from the heart, but my language was not that of a person who want to bring people closer to the Lord. See, sometimes even if we're passionate, we have to do a self inventory of what we're putting out there in the world and what other people will see. I have to realize often, I have to remind myself often that I have a platform and that more people are listening to me than I give credit. You know what I mean? So I just I don't know. I was just cursing and I was just speaking, saying certain things that I don't want my guardian to see. I don't want my wife and children to see. I don't want, you know, people that I've been in ministry with to witness. Like you, it's never a moment in our lives where we have to lose self-control. It's never a moment in our lives where we say, F it, I'm going to do what I want to do and say what I want to say. Because honestly, that's what we stand against. We stand with putting it on the Lord. Just give it to the Lord and let it be. Let the Lord handle it. Let the Lord fight our battles. And if we're going to believe that, then we have to live that. We have to show the world that we will walk like that. That's the reason why 90,000 people showed up to Charlie Kirk's memorial services. Because had he not been a man that walked it like he talked it, that many people would not have showed up. Had he not been a man who walked it like he talked it, um, that many people would not have watched all over social media. I'm talking about millions of people all around the world. If he had not been a man who lived it like he preached it or like he taught it, let me tell you something. There would not have been other countries just around the world honoring him the way that they was. And I know it's not about how other men think of us, but It is about how other men look at us, because we are a representation of the Lord, and we can inspire people to go move closer to him, or we can push people away. If I'm up here representing a Christian and somebody who love God, but everything I put out there is I do whatever I want to do, say whatever I want to say, and the Lord is going to love me regardless, then I'm no better than the people out there that's selling drugs to their communities, killing each other, um, shaking their tail and getting butt naked inside of clubs for money, or just selling their bodies on the streets, um, in all of the debaucherous things. Like, what's the difference between me and them? What's the difference between you and them? So at a certain point, like, certain things happen in the world that force us, that should force us or push us toward tightening up just a little bit, just being a better representation of what the Lord will have us do. You know what I mean? My daughter wrote something about me to she said, I I grew up as a young man on welfare, no mother and no father in the home. Just my guardian raised me along with her two kids. And and it was rough, but that shouldn't be a sales point. Like, for some strange reason, you got to point out how much of a victim you are in order to let people know how far you've come. You shouldn't have to do that. I mean, I still don't know Charlie Kirk's upbringing. I don't know if he was a good youngin when he was little, or if he had his mother or father in the house. I don't know any of that. Why? Because I didn't do that deep dive into his family and whatnot. It's like, it just is what it is. But what I do know is that every time I seen him, he was talking about the Lord. Every time I seen him, he was trying to encourage people to understand the word of God. I'd never seen him switching up. I never seen him just cursing all over the place, or drinking or smoking or talking about drinking and smoking. I saw him having fun. I seen him being just being a man. And we're all flawed. Like, we're all sinners. We all were born in sin, shaped in iniquity. Y'all already know that. And we're filthy. We're created the same. So that's the one thing that blows my mind, man. If you're white and you're listening to me right now, and you hate people because they don't look like you, or they're not from where you're from, you're ignorant. You're ignorant, and you don't understand. You don't believe in the God that you claim you believe in. If you're black and you think that people are not loving, or they're automatically hateful because they lack melanin in their skin, you don't believe in the God that you claim you serve. As a matter of fact, there's so many people out here who are trying to create all of these narratives so that we not believe in the Bible anymore. They're trying to create all of this confusion so that we can believe, so that we can think that we're the crazy ones for believing in the Lord. Hebrews 11:1 means nothing to most people. I mean, especially even people who grew up studying the word. We got black pastors out here, black pastors out here. We got black pastors out here who are preaching hate and division against white people because they feel like they are the next coming of Dr. King. Like, Dr. King did it, so I'm gonna do it. No, Dr. King was he was a freedom fighter. That's what he was. He was tasked to do a job, and that's what he did. Did he have a ministerial license? Probably so. Did he study theology? Probably so. Was he a man of the cloth? Yes, he was. Was he flawed as hell? Hell yeah, he was. But he wasn't no pastor. He didn't have a flock of sheep to guide. He had a mission. Like, he was on his Marxist mission. He had to do good works for the government. And he was trying to look out for a certain group of people by selling out those people. And he did it in a nice way without a whole bunch of cursing. He did it in a nice way, leading with the Bible and with the Lord. He did it in a nice way. But what he was doing does not mean that it was nice. He had a mission. But these pastors who actually are under shepherds of the Lord's sheep, you guys are going out your way to mislead and manipulate the Lord's people. And you're going to have to deal with that. Like, you're going to have to answer to the Lord for that. So that's why I have a little reflection on myself, and I definitely have to fix certain things, and hopefully you do the same, man. I'm tired. I've been called a bootlicker last week. I've been called a coon a few times. I've been called a female dog, an N word with the ER, and it was all because I was saying that Charlie Kirk is a good dude because I'm a black man saying that. And since I'm a black man saying it, I'm expected to walk shoulder to shoulder with other black people who get their news and get their direction and their instruction from the left. I need to move how Don Lemon says I need to move. I need to move how Roland Martin and Jasmine Crockett and Barack Obama and many other people, all these pastors and street soldiers who preach division. I need to move like them. I need to accept the fact that my people are from Africa, and the people that did us wrong were white people. They didn't look like us. I'm supposed to completely disregard all of the self-hate that my community has when we constantly victimize or one another. We constantly point out our own victimhood while at the same time creating new victims by robbing them, by killing them, by turning their households into one parent homes, turning their family members into zombies by selling them drugs just for the sake of providing a lifestyle for our own homes, constantly taking up for criminals and making sure that they don't have to serve any time, claiming that everything has to do with racism and white supremacy, or the other cop out is mental issues. Like, it's all about mental health. Like, we cannot hold certain people accountable because their health is not there, and we only give them that grace because they are black. Y'all are foolish, man. Y'all are foolish. You're foolish. You really are. I will not just think one certain way, one type of way, simply because I'm black. That's not happening. Like, when I say I'm a free thinker, I really am. I'm a real progressive. That's what I am. I'm a real progressive. You want to talk? You want to call yourself a progressive? Then be a progressive. Actually progress. Progress means getting better. Progress means moving forward. Progress don't mean being stuck in the past. Every answer to your question is Jim Crow and slavery. Every answer to your question is redlining and racism and white supremacy. Every answer to your question is police only brutalize a certain group of people. Where do you get that information? Like, you're sharing falsehoods is what you're doing. That's what you're doing. This brother had 90,000 people at his memorial. That's like some Michael Jackson type of stuff. That's bigger than most presidents will have. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, let me know. And if you're one of those people, who have been calling me all these types of names, and you want to get up here and you want to talk about it, I welcome all people to pull up. I'm not talking about the people who agree with me and all that other stuff and want to be platformed to say what you got to say. I mean, I would love to do that as well. But I'm talking about the people who have been so disrespectful behind the comfort of their phones and their computer screens. And you want the opportunity to cut on your camera and speak to me like a man or like a woman, you're welcome to do so. And it's not going to be combative because, like I said before, I'm here to learn from people. I'm here to understand. I want us to have understanding so that we can move forward in the same direction, that will lead us to some type of success in the future. Being combative does not serve me. Being combative does not serve you. Being combative will not lead us towards some answers that can help all people. All people. I'm talking about rich people, poor people, all races of individuals. Like, yeah. And just let me let y'all know something too. For all the black people thinking that I don't know what I'm talking about, or I'm some type of sellout to people. First of all, you're stupid. Second of all, I used to be a part of an organization that was just like the Black Panther Party. I used to be a part of an organization that was just like the Black Panther Party. And I was also foolish at a time where I hated a group of individuals simply because they were white. I said some mean things about white people before because mean things was taught to me about white people. But what I later realized, the older I got, when I got my own family and I started working with people that didn't look like me and started building relationships with people that didn't look like me, I realized that all the people that was trying to teach me hate were completely on the devil's side. You're not on the Lord's side. You're on Satan's side. You're on the side of darkness. Why would you spend all of that time and energy trying to get me to hate people who are dealing with the same things? White people have issues too. White people children die during birth as well. White people get pulled over by the police and beat up by the police as well. White people are on drugs as well. White people sell drugs to their people. White people are chased down and robbed by other white people. White people go to prison and deal with the same BS that we deal with. Stop lifting up white people as if that's like the gold standard and we can never reach where they are because we were born in some type of on a slave ship or on a slave in a slave house or on a slave field, and we got all of this oppression and victimhood and all this other stuff. Their people was enslaved too, dummies. Like, do you not know that every race of individual have experienced slavery in their own race before? You don't understand that, do you? But y'all don't have to go through what we go through because you got that color. They gonna hire you before anybody. Who is they? Who are they? They gonna pick you before they pick me. They gonna hire you before they hire me. They gonna show you favor before they show me. Let me tell you something. Black people, I need y'all to hear me when I say this. And white people. Not a matter of fact, every people need to hear me when I say this. Because they keep on saying, why are we pulled over by the police and treated this way by the police? Okay, I know the statistics look grim. I know they look bad, right? But why in the hell do we create certain soundtracks of our life showing the negative parts of what we do, showing the BS that we're a part of? When I was coming up, I didn't want to be no gangster rapper. I wanted to be an R&B singer. Why? Because it was about love. It was about getting the draws, but it was about love, man. That's what it was about. If we spreaded love a lot more, and that was our um soundtrack, when police pull us over, they're not thinking about kill nigga, kill cops, and sell drugs, and I'm always riding dirty, and I got it on me, and I'm in a stolen car. This is the type of soundtrack that we create and we support. Like, this is our music. This is our culture. This is what we put out there to have them thinking about us, whoever them and they are. This is what they think about us before they even come in contact with us. Why? Because this is the soundtrack that we put out there. Can we change that narrative? The answer is no. Why? Because you are opportunists. You will sell your soul for a dime. You don't mind prostituting your daughters, like having her dressed in any type of way, having her talking about what she would do with this man and this woman and that woman, just so you can sell it and make a dime. Maybe we need to change our soundtrack. Maybe we need to change that. You know how sometimes your what's the word I'm thinking of, guys? Um, Dang it, I can't think of it. But sometimes people hear about us or they have a thought about us before we even step in the door, before we even come into the building. Like there's way too much negative representation out there. Yes, there's some positive, but we support the positive just as much as we support the negative. As long as it's not our kids, we try to stand away from it, but we still would support it. We still will make sure that these negative imbeciles are taken care of. We will still protect the criminals. Like Jasmine Crockett said, she knows a bunch of people who commit crime, but just because they commit crime don't mean they're criminals. Or like what's his name, Brandon Johnson in Chicago. This dude said jails and police is not the answer to criminals. Then, sir, what exactly is? What is? What is? What, a good talking to? What, you want to send a social worker into the hood so that they can speak to these criminals, tell them to put the guns down? Tell them that you're only hurting yourself? You want to send some missionaries up in there? I mean, that would probably be good if they would respect and listen to them. Maybe you're right. You know what? This is one thing I will say. If you provided more standards, like good examples, and put the Lord and people who actually valued biblical principles in these areas, maybe that would change them. Maybe that will want to make them, grow the hell up or something, change their ways. But we're not being very helpful. Only thing you're trying to do is keep Trump out of your city. Why is that? Trump is a resource. Trump is the president. Trump is somebody that want to get rid of crime more than the mayors and the governors of these cities. But then when he stepped in, you saw what happened to DC. Yeah, people were pissed off and feeling like they were being harassed or feeling like it was way too much of a police presence for them to be out there having fun. But they still had their fun. They still did their thing. And it's some of the worst videos in the world on social media right now when the police are coming around these neighborhoods and all the youngins are doing is cursing at them, talking sugar honey iced tea about them, calling them all types of B words and F words and you name it. Do you think that the police are going to treat you respectfully if that's how you're communicating? Like, I don't see any adults, nobody is posting videos saying that these youngins are doing the wrong thing by speaking to law enforcement that way. Here I am, I'm an OG at this point. I'm not even considered unk. Like, I'm 47 years old. I believe that the way that the scale is made, unk drops off at age number, I think, 40. After that, you OG. I'm an OG now. So when I see these youngins recording these police talking about, look at your BA, just cursing at the police and talking about, they coming around here trying to harass us. We ain't do nothing, man. Get the hell out of my face. F you. I spit in your face. And I'm like, what? And I don't see no black people doing any type of videos talking about youngins. Y'all need to relax a little bit. Relax. Because if they are as bad as you say they are, and you're talking to the police here. If the police are as bad as you say they are, what do you think they're going to do when they're ready to take advantage of you who can't do anything against them? What do you think is going to happen? The police hate us or we hate them. The police are racist. The police are this. Police are that. So the way to fix that is to record them while cursing at them and calling them names and talking about their families and threatening to pee on them and spit in their face. Yeah, that's gonna fix it. That's gonna make things much better in the hood. Yeah, keep going. Keep up the great work. You're doing a bang up job. It's the stupidest thing in the world, man. And our black leaders aren't speaking against it. I haven't heard Roland Martin speak against these youngins. I haven't heard any of our black leaders speaking against these youngins. I haven't heard Jasmine Crockett say a word, a mumbling word about all of these videos of youngins just disrespecting law enforcement just for the sake of it, just for the fun of it. Because all my friends are around and they get to see me disrespect them and this drink about to go viral and they going to see that I'm a G. No, no, they're going to laugh at you. When you get beat down by the police and locked up, guess what? None of them people that you're trying to impress are going to put any money on your books. None of them people that you're trying to impress are going to be able to protect you from those inmates when you're locked up. None of those people that you're trying to impress are going to take care of your children when you're arrested or take care of your lady when you're arrested. Think about these things, man. How come these black leaders are not saying anything to these youngins that's just turning their phones on and being hella disrespectful to these law enforcement officers? And this is coming from a person that never liked the police. Never. Ever, ever, ever. Me and my wife, we would be going to the movies, man. We'd be going to the movies. We'd be going to a restaurant. And I would be speeding, blasting my music. We chilling. You know what I mean? We riding. I get pulled over for speeding. And I know I was speeding. And I would have an attitude with the police for slowing me down, making me late for my movie. Had I like left out at a good time and drove the speed limit, and I would have gotten there regardless. I didn't have to speed and be all in the zone and doing whatever the hell I wanted to do, but I was because I had no respect for the law. Then when they come and pull me over, I'm fussing at them. Like, what you pull me over for, man? Like, seriously, I wasn't even going that fast. You just pulled me over because I'm black, huh? Bruh, my mind was gone. And I'm thankful that one of the bad ones didn't pull me over. Because just like in every job, there's bad people and there's good people. There's bad receptionists and there's good receptionists. There's bad nurses, there's good nurses. There's bad doctors, good doctors. Bad police, good police. Bad lawyers, good lawyers. Bad politicians, good politicians. And you will get back what you give them most times. I was bad, man. I didn't like white people. I didn't like the military. I didn't like the police. I didn't like, and the black people I didn't like. I would tell them to their face that I didn't like because I loved going back and forth. And I didn't mind fighting. I would prefer to fight first and argue second because I don't even want to argue with people online nowadays. Why am I going on this rant? I'm going to tell you why. The reason why I'm going on this rant is because I'm tired of everybody blaming everybody. In order to fix what we're in right now, we got to look in the mirror. Every last one of us have to look in the mirror and stop believing that we are above our neighbor or another individual simply because they make a certain amount of money or they look a certain type of way. Whether they're ugly or they have pretty privilege, whether they're black, white, Asian, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. Like, at a certain point, we need to self-reflect. At a certain point, we need to stop going over our victim card and use a little bit of common sense and understand that if another person can travel to another country where our native tongue is their second, third, or fourth language that they have to learn, but they can still find success they can still find success for themselves and bring their families over to be successful. Why is it that we are citizens in this great nation and we can't do the same? We didn't travel to foreign lands. We are in the foreign land that they traveled to. We're already here. We already speak the language. We already know of all of the opportunities and resources available to us. But yet, we choose to sit on our tailbones and complain about everybody else who are taking advantage of what's being offered. It's just opportunity because we want to lean on our victimhood. You didn't have a mother in the home. Your mother was a drunk. Your mother was on drugs. Your father wasn't there. Your father beat you. He talked about you bad. We all have something, man. Women have married men that they absolutely adored and felt protected with and started a family with. And then that man went through hard times and started drinking more and started beating her and started like putting them in the worst financial situation and will always blame the woman by beating her and beating the kids. And these women will suffer in silence, but they will still make sure that their babies were okay. And some of them get out of these situations by the grace of God, and some of them die. They're like, and these are not only black people going through this. This is white people going through this. This is Asian people going through this. Hispanics going through this. Africans going through this. You name it. We're all trying to figure this thing out called life. And it would be much better if we did it together rather than being so angry all the time. Or being so sad and woe is me. I'm so much of a victim. I didn't have much when I was coming up. I'm poor right now. Like, okay. There's so many people out here dealing with stuff. Get up off your ass and do for yourself and pray for other people who are dealing with the same issues as you. Why? Because there's millions of people dealing with what you're dealing with right now. I don't lead with the fact that I didn't have a mother and father in the house. Why? Because for some strange reason, for some people, that's something to put on a resume. For me, that's something that many people have dealt with. So many people have dealt with that. There's so many abandoned children out here waiting for a loving family to bring them in. I'm talking about babies, teenagers who don't have their family at all. Their families abandoned them, left them to die. And I'm going to jump out there and start complaining about my upbringing? I'm going to talk about slavery and redlining and what's the point? All of you fake civil rights leaders, man, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. And make sure you're offering solutions. And I'm talking about, and I want you to consider the fact too, that people who have a stake in the whole thing they can give their opinions. If you're constantly demanding that the government do something for you or give you something, you need to understand that the government's money is everybody's money. Like, this is made up of taxpayers' money. So if you're saying, give me, a taxpayer has a right to say, no, I don't want that. I don't want my taxes going there. Just because you're dealing with something, I dealt with something and I got out of it. It's people nowadays who would get pissed off and curse you out if you tell them to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Like, that right there is a trigger. And you know what they would say? I don't have bootstraps to pull myself up with. I think it's sad, man. I think it's sad. I think it's sad. Have grace with people too, man. Like, don't expect for people to be able to just bounce back because you were able to bounce back. Some people aren't as strong as you, strong minded as you. When you were in class, there were kids who were getting A's and B's. There were kids who were showing up every single day with their homework done and ready. They couldn't wait for the teacher to ask the class, "Okay, everybody pass up your homework from last night." There was kids who could not wait because this is where they shine. But then there was always kids who didn't do their homework. Always kids who was trying to cheat off of other people's paperwork. Always kids that was trying to make up excuses or get out of doing anything. Do you think those kids no longer exist? Huh? There was only a small percentage of us that were getting honor roll. There was a large percent of us that were C and D average students. A large percent. Well, when we get older, these people are older too. People who just wanted to skate by, didn't want to do anything, wanted to copy off somebody else's paper, wanted to start trouble, wanted to just pick on people and just holler at the girls all day or holler at the boys all day. That couldn't wait to take advantage of someone. This was their training grounds for reading people and learning how to manipulate people at a very young age. They grew up too. And then you got to consider the fact that we had special ed classes. They grow up too. And some of them don't grow up with good parents. Some of them grow up and got to figure things out on themselves. Saying that to say this. Stop being so cold-hearted and believing that everybody can just get up and do it themselves. Everybody can't. They don't have the understanding. Some people are just gone mentally and they're just trying to figure it out. Slow people grow up too. The same way that smart, sharp, naturally born with a gift individuals, people with the type of minds that they can read something one time and remember it for the rest of their lives. Those people grow up too. Those are the Charlie Kirks. Those are the Elon Musks. Those are the Dr. Kings. Those are the, you name it, the people that we know who are sharp and have staked their claim in U.S. history for whatever they're known for. Those people are sharp. But the people who sat in the back of the class hoping and praying that the teacher do not call their name, they grow up too. They grow up too. And they still need help. And when they don't get it, they do all they know how to do. They take. They figure out a way to make it happen on their end. We need to be better people, man. And I'm not only talking about, listen, I'm talking to, when I talk, most times I'm talking to black people. Why? Because those are the people I live with. Those are the people I live with, shop with. My neighborhood is 90 something percent black. The city I'm in is 90 something percent black. They vote 90% Democrat. And they look at me like I'm the sellout. Yeah. So the one that decided to get married at a young age to the woman that he had a baby with, because I wasn't even thinking about marriage. I didn't get down on one knee with a daggone every kiss begin with K ring. I couldn't afford one. But it was me that put a baby inside of my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time. It was me that helped create a life. And guess what? It was me that had to take care of that life and the person that I put through that 9 months of pain. Like, I put her through that. She loved me enough to allow me to create a family with her. So I had to figure this out. So I locked in and I failed 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 and I figured it out and I failed even more. And I'm still failing at the age of 47 because what's most important to me is God and family. And I just now started to love the country all like that. For real. I used to look at American flags and be like, man, that's racist. Why you got to put an American flag outside your house? You trying to send messages to black people, ain't you? That's what you trying to do. You trying to send messages to the black. I was so damn dumb. Like this ignorance, programmed ignorance. Like be careful what you allow into your daggone mind, man. Be careful. Try and tell you, man. People will put that negativity there. They will put that negativity there, that doubt there, that fear there. They will make you feel like you're not handsome enough. They will make you feel like you're not smart enough. They will make you feel like you're not pretty enough, women. They will make you feel like you're not talented enough. But you got to control. If anybody, nobody can make you think or feel a certain type of way. You got to control that. Like they try to do what they do. They say what they say, but it's up to us to acknowledge and accept it. And when we do that, then they win. They win at that point. I'm not afraid to say that I love you, man. I love you. And it ain't a damn thing you can do about it. And I don't love you because I want to be in your circle. I don't love you because I want you to invite me to your table. I don't love you because you support me on social media. I don't love you for any of that. I love you because God said I need to love his creations. The Lord said, how can I not love my brothers and sisters who I see every single day, but then claim that I love God who I've never seen? That's just common sense. That's like, oh, you know what, Lord? You're right. Think about that. There's not a person claiming that they hate certain people who can also say that they love God, because it's not possible. If you don't love God's people, you don't love God, period. It's that simple. And don't get it twisted either. Don't think that loving God means that I love Israel. And if you don't love Israel, if you don't support Israel, then you don't love God. No, 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 and no. I'm not buying it at all. I'm not rolling. Sorry, it don't work that way. Loving God's people is loving God's people. I'm talking about every man, woman, and child, whether they are black, white, whatever. You got to love mankind, period. And if you do not, you do not love the Lord. If you're hateful to anybody, don't ever tell me that you love me, because you're lying. You're lying. Because you can't love me. You can't if you hate other people. You can't. That's why I don't trust so many people. I stopped trusting so many people, man. My circle has gotten smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. It really has. Regardless if I have 1 million subscribers, that's dope. And I'm appreciative. Regardless if I've posted videos that have gone viral and many people have shown me love and be like, yo, you're dope, this and another. Guess what? That will give you a big ass head and have you thinking that you don't have any work to do, that you don't have any improvements to make. Nah. This actually lets me know that I have more improvements to make. I have more work to do, because with this platform, we need to be the change that Charlie Kirk was trying to put forth. And if we're not doing our jobs. We're not doing our jobs. Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, he said something during his Charlie Kirk address that I do not like. I have to put this out there. President Donald Trump said he hates his opponents. I understood what he was talking about. And you guess what? I'm going to put it to you like this. I appreciate his honesty. I appreciate President Trump's honesty because he was making a correlation. He was just letting y'all know that Charlie Kirk didn't hate his opponents. Charlie Kirk loved his opponents. Charlie Kirk would sit down, break bread with them, and try to figure out some way to move forward. Charlie Kirk had a good heart. Charlie Kirk, that's what he was saying. He was saying, me though, I hate my opponents. What this does is it taps back into the people that just want to fight. Like I just want to. No, this memorial was supposed to be about love, bringing people together. Don't miss the mark. Don't miss the mark. That's all I'm gonna say. Like I love when people keep it real. I love when people keep it a buck. President Trump could not be the businessman that he is if he wasn't a shark. So he has to be that way. But honestly, I don't believe that he don't love his opponents. I don't believe that he hates his opponents. I don't believe that at all. Because I've seen him sit across from Barack Obama and have a heartfelt conversation, and they enjoyed their moment talking to each other. You can't do that when you got hate in your heart. So sometimes you would say things to rile up your base and get the troops going and get the blood flowing and get them ready to fight. But there's a certain time for that. Like when it's game time, when we're about to get out there and we're about to play against these people. Get out there and destroy them. Those type of times, for sure. Be tough. Talk about destroying your opponent because it's about a game at that point. Charlie Kirk's memorial was not a game. It was a reflection of the love that he put out. That's what it was. And no, I'm not meat riding Charlie Kirk. Anybody that see this be like, oh, there go that black man again, all talking all that positive stuff about that white man again and all that other stuff. Bro, let me tell you something, man. You can be truthful and not be a meat rider. You can be truthful and not be one of them people that's selling your soul for a like or view or anything. I'm beyond that, man. I'm beyond that. I don't have to sell my soul for any damn thing. I realize who I am, and more than anything, I know whose I am. I belong to the Lord. I cannot fail. The Lord said it in the Bible. The Lord said it in the Bible, man. And I believe that God is the word. So any words that I see, whether it was switched up or not, I have faith that it all still says what the Lord meant for us to see and hear and read and share and live. That's what I believe. That's just me. And I'm not going to argue my beliefs with anybody. And that's another thing. Stop arguing your beliefs with people. That's like arguing with a kid that I got the prettiest mama in the world. Like, yeah, your mama is pretty to you, but your mama is butt ugly to other people. That don't mean that you got to look at them as butt ugly. That's your mama. Love your mama. So if I believe that God is real and I believe that the Lord is what this Bible says he is, then that's up to me, baby. And that's a big reason why I move how I move. And for all you haters out there who always got something slick to say, I'm going to say this. Thank your lucky stars that Van has changed so much. Because if you knew me, like really knew me, you wouldn't speak to me so greasy. Like you wouldn't respond to me as loosely as you respond to me. Like, I don't care about the guns. I don't care about how tough anybody is or how much muscles you got. I don't care. I'm built different. I just have so much love in my heart because the Lord blessed me with protection. The Lord blessed me by covering me and my family with a roof over our heads the entire times that we've been building our family. The Lord blessed us enough to be able to bring other family members in the house when they were dealing with hard times. The Lord blessed us to always have a vehicle to drive, at least one. The Lord blessed us with good health. The Lord blessed me to be able to marry my daughter. Like I'm talking about, I was able to raise up a daughter who will only date men who treated her with the same level of respect and honor that her dad treated her with. And then her future husband came to me asking if he can have my daughter's hand in marriage. And then I was able to pay for her wedding. As a dad, coming from where I'm from, not having the support that I didn't have, but still being able to do things the right way, nothing but the Lord. Nothing but the Lord. Nothing but God. Nothing but God. I have nothing in my life that I can brag about. And we've done so much. We've had so much. We've seen so many places. I cannot brag about one thing that has happened in my life. It's all because of God. So, with me being as blessed as I am, even when I'm going through my worst state, I can still lift them up because all praises are due to God. And that's it. I don't owe anybody any other praises. There's not one man walking this earth that I'm afraid of. Period. And there's not one man walking this earth that I'm a praise. Period. But I will give you props if you do your thing properly. Huh? Oh, nah, I'm good. Thank you, man. Oh, you do? Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hopefully, y'all are picking up what I'm putting down, man. I'm just, and today I just really wanted to talk to y'all about it because 90,000 people at a memorial service, it says a whole lot about the human being. I've been to funerals before where only 30 people showed up. 30. 30. I've been to funeral services before where the sons and daughters of the person who passed away was watching their watch. Just they could care less about the services. They was just waiting for it to be over. They was just like, okay, have everybody came up here and said what they had to say? Okay, we got this card, any money in it? No money in it, whatever. We got this card, any money in it? We don't care. We're just gonna get this person out the way. We're gonna go ahead and bury this person or cremate this person and get them gone because we don't care about them. And it's sad, man. It's sad. Excuse me. So again, as I said before, man, if you are black and you want to, the last person that you need to talk about greasy, the last person you need to say is a sellout is a black conservative. I'm just letting you know that 1,000%. For real. And white people, if y'all are dealing with family members, co-workers, friends, or acquaintances who have lost respect for you because you are on the side of Trump or MAGA or Charlie Kirk or whatever the case may be, just wave at them and smile. Smile and wave, guys. Just smile and wave. Let them continue in their direction. And when you have an opportunity, just constantly put love out there, man. Nothing beats love. Nothing. Absolutely nothing beats love. For real. For real. Nothing beats love. I got some super chats. I'm going to read them right quick. And thank y'all so much for pulling up, man. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. Hopefully, you recognize every single day how blessed you are. Hopefully, you give God all praise, glory, and honor just for waking you up. Like, even if you're not rich, even if you have no money in the bank, even if your body has been dealing with sicknesses for years, yo, I just want you to focus. Just focus on what you do have. Focus on your gifts. Focus on your experiences. Focus on your memories. That means something, man. That means something. Some people don't have the memories you have. Some people don't have the gifts you have. Some people never had a son. They don't know what it's like to have a son. And they always wanted one. Some people don't know what it's like to have a daughter. And they always wanted one. Some people don't know what it's like, even if you're in a failed relationship, a divorce, you've been divorce after divorce after divorce, or you've like you experience what it's like to marry somebody. It's like the even in your failures, you can give some praise. It's always something to thank God for, man. Cut that mess out, always focusing on what you don't have and your lack. That's what messed us up with Adam and Eve. They were focusing on lack rather than abundance. Just want to say, love you, Van. God bless you. Love you back, Origin Do. I appreciate you, Louis B. Fishing. Thumbs up if you thank God for another day. Thumbs up for sure. Thank you, Louis B. Fishing. I found out I have end stage non-alcoholic cirrhosis of the liver, and will be placed on the National Transplant Registry. Keep me in your prayers. Definitely keep me in my prayers. Definitely, definitely. My mother-in-law has alcoholic cirrhosis of the liver. So I'm sorry that you and your family gotta go through that, Courtney. Yeah, make sure y'all just say a prayer for Courtney, man. And I hope that you get that transplant for sure. You're a good person. Trump's H-1B visa restrictions will give jobs all back to American citizens. Trump is the only president who really cares about American citizens. On the contrary, Dems only care about illegals. I didn't know too much about the H-1B visa before. I had a conversation with my son, and he broke it down to me. And I believe you're right. I believe you're right. By forcing these companies, these huge companies, to hire within, to hire American citizens, rather than to just to send out for cheaper help. Um, I think that would definitely force their hands to pick us up and put us in position. So you're absolutely right. I think that he was really sending a message. At first, it was $1,000 for H-1B. Now it's 100,000. Yeah, he's definitely sending a message. He's saying if you want to play that game, it's going to be expensive. Feel free, but you got to pay to play. And this is something that a lot of people have been doubting about Trump for a minute. And thank you so much, Love USA. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat and for that. Um, the dude is rocking and rolling. That's what Dems want everyone to be dumbed down. Bland them from bland them from what's real going on and relay on the government is a way to control everyone. Okay, that's what Dems want everyone to be dumbed down. Ban them, blind them from what's really going on, and rely on the government. It's a way to control everyone. You're absolutely right. That's what the what's his name? Lyndon B. Johnson was like, I'm make sure these N-words vote Democrat for the next 200, 300 years or whatever the case may be. And that's exactly what he did. But when you come up with a plan and you know that You can manipulate certain groups of individuals because you know that they lack support or they lack resources. Yeah, give them some resources with some rules. They're going to follow your rules as long as they can get them resources. That wasn't even a genius move, but it worked and it still works. So you're absolutely right. Get them to rely on the government as much as possible and continue to blind them from what's really going on. Thank you so much, Hydro Man. Wheezy, thank you so much for the super chat, sweetheart. She's an amazing young lady, and I'm sure she's very sharp. She's very sharp, and she has gone through a lot and keeps a freaking smile on her face, man. Trust me, it is not a racial issue at all. I am as white as I can be, was raised with both parents in my home, but have still gone through things others couldn't imagine. It is how you choose to be a survivor or a victim. I told y'all. I told y'all. Weezy one of the real ones. She'll let you know for real. Like, this ain't about no black and white. I've gone through stuff. And if I've gone through stuff, I'm not going to feel bad for you going through your set of stuff. That's your stuff. Like, it's time for you to go through your stuff. I've gone through my stuff. It's time for you to go through your stuff. And yes, she has gone through her stuff, and she still is going through her stuff, and she's doing it with a God fearing heart, and she's with love, and she's getting through it, and she's encouraging and inspiring other people to go through their stuff too. So Wheezy, thank you so much for that. Thank you, and Renee, thank you so much for gifting memberships. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Shout out to Renee, by the way. Renee, sometimes when I have I say certain things on social media. Um, I keep Renee in mind, but I still put my message out there because um, even if I know somebody will get offended or hurt, because it's what's true to me. But hopefully, people like Renee and others know that I lead with good intent and that I'm not trying to offend. But the thing is, the truth will hurt sometimes, and my delivery is different from my upbringing, from my perspective, from my experiences. Everything lends itself to how we communicate. Also, that being said, I'm gonna need for y'all to start your YouTube channels, all right? And if you don't want to start one, fine, don't start one. Maybe you're not a creator, but your voice needs to be out there, all right? And you don't need a coach. You don't need a coach. All right. I'm not asking you to purchase the YouTube course or none of that. I'm just saying start recording and putting your stuff out there. The reason why is because who's going to tell your story better than you? I believe that all of you should have a book that tells your story. You might think it's going to be foolish. You might think it's not entertaining, but show of hands, just put some thumbs up inside the chat for me, and this is for the people on YouTube right now because I'm not going to see all the thumbs up from other platforms, but yes, I will put a thumbs up in the chat if you've ever watched a Netflix series, Hulu series, HBO Max series, Amazon series, Amazon Prime series, um, Peacock, or series or movie that you know for certain your life is much more entertaining than those movies or those series. That it was boring as hell, that it made no sense, the plot was stupid, but if your life was written, produced, and directed and had the proper actors and actresses, it will be way better than the crap that you see on TV and these platforms. Like, let me know. Thumbs up. And I'm certain, listen, if y'all can see the thumbs up that I have right here, so many people know that they have been through so much that if they could tell their story and not get certain people in trouble, they would probably have to change some names to protect some people. But I'm certain, look at all these thumbs up. I'm certain y'all stories will be way better than them crap videos that we watch all the time, or even the books that we've read. Like, I've taken me days or even weeks to read certain books. And then once I'm done, I'm like, this piece of sugar honey iced tea. But it was somebody else's thought. It was somebody else's experience. It was someone else's creation that I purchased, that I bought into with my time. But I'm certain that once people read about Welfare Boy, Once people read about the real LFR family, the real Van Senior, a lot of people are going to be upset with me, but I promise you it's going to be way better than most of these books and most of these Netflix series that's out right now. And if you do the same with your life, if your children wrote a book about you from their perspective, it will be it would be crazy. It will probably make your family rich if you're not already rich. It will probably make you and your family very wealthy if one of your children wrote a book about you, or if one of your children started creating content about their parents, about what they see from their perspective, their stories, their experiences that you gave them. And they don't even know the half. They don't even know what you went through as a teenager. They don't know what you went through as a young adult when you was trying to find work to take care of them. They don't know these things. They don't know that you were protecting them from the real stories of their dad, the real stories of their mom that only you knew because you wanted to protect them from that. You didn't want them to see their parents their way. You didn't want them to see their parent that way. Like, even if you were beefing with their parent, their other parent, like, you will protect them from that. Stop doubting yourself so much. If you're 50, 60, 70 years old, leave behind a manuscript. Go to Chat GPT and put it on audio and just talk into it and give it your life. Shout out to my baby girl who gave me that idea about mine. I'm going to do it. I've already written 2 books and I don't even sell them. I don't tell anybody about them. I don't put them out there. I have a clothing line. I never tell people to go purchase my clothing line. And some people out here think that I'm only about the money. If I was only about the money, I would be super wealthy right now. But I'm not. I'm still conflicted in a bunch of things that I want to move forward on. And I believe that you guys are as well. And you think that money won't help you? Like, some people say money ain't everything. Money is definitely not everything. As a matter of fact, more money, more problems. More money, more problems, for real. That's a real thing. But I will say this. The Bible says that we are supposed to leave riches to our children. Riches could potentially be your novel about your life and your story. Might seem silly, but if they knew how you was in 3rd grade and the reason why, they will understand completely why you are who you are right now. I tell my kids all the time the good and the bad of my life. And also write it with you being the hero. You understand me? Write it with you being the hero. You are the main character in your story and you should always be. No one else. You should be the main character in your story always. Make yourself look good. No lies, though. No lies. What I want you to do is to focus on the positive. That's it. That don't mean you don't have to write the negative, but focus on that positive. You'll be surprised what comes out. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your children's minds. It's going to be amazing. I promise you. I promise you, man. For everyone who's taken a moment today to watch this live stream and share a moment with me, share some time with me, I want to say thank you. I want to say that I pray for you. I thank God for you. And I know that if we continue to move forward with the heart of a Charlie Kirk, just putting God first and giving people an opportunity to speak, not so that we can debunk them, not so we can debate them, but to speak so we can understand them. And if we have some type of information to give them that can give them a better outlook on life, a better outlook on this country, then do that. But you got to give grace in order to receive grace. And sometimes your attention means the world to some people. For real. Sometimes your attention means the world to some people. That don't mean be no sucker. Still fight the good fight. But show people grace, man. Show people grace because God showed you grace. How about that? I was going to show videos today of Erica Kirk speaking at the memorial. I was going to show videos today of Trump speaking at the memorial. I was going to show a video of Elon Musk being interviewed at the memorial and Tucker Carlson speaking at the memorial, where he compared Charlie Kirk's walk with Jesus Christ's walk, and how everyone, all of the leaders and the politicians of that day, of that time, conspired against the Lord because all he wanted to do was just tell truth and show love, but hold them accountable. So they came up with an idea to get rid of him the same way. I thought that comparison was spot on. Obviously, I didn't like how he was laughing in it, but I loved how genuine he was. I can't. I used to hate Charlie Kirk. I mean, not Charlie Kirk. Tucker Carlson. I used to, man. I used to see his face and be like, man, that dude is racist. Him, Rush Limbaugh, um, Kaylee McEnany, Kylie McEnany, or whatever her name was. Trump. Actually, I thought Trump was cool as hell. I never understood why so many people turned on Trump because I knew how they was hypocrites. I knew they was hypocrites because they used to love Trump. They used to want to be in everything that he wanted to be a part of. Everything. Here go these dudes getting business loans from him that they never had to pay back. And they getting support on there when they're running for president or running for office, running for mayor, governor, you name it, that they never have to give back. They're able to stay up in the Trump towers without paying him a dime. He's showing them a good time. He's coming to their events. But as soon as he runs as a Republican president, all of them hate him. As soon as he repeats what Hillary Clinton said about Barack Obama not being a citizen of this country, everybody hate him. They automatically say that this was him being racist. All he was doing was pointing out what Hillary Clinton and her people was pointing out. That's it. He attacks illegal immigration with the same intensity and aggressiveness as a Barack Obama. But people say that he is racist. He hasn't yet, even he at that point when they was talking about it, he didn't deport nearly as many people as Barack did. He didn't create those cages for kids, but they still try to blame it on him. You're not going to be able to fix it, guys. You're not going to be able to fix people's mentalities. Weird bullies grow up and they're still bullies sometimes. Imbeciles grow up and they're still imbeciles sometimes. Most people are followers. There's not many of us are leaders. And depending on who they're following, that's all they will emulate and imitate. They don't have any original thoughts of their own whatsoever. This is probably why I don't have many internet friends. I have a few. I have a few people who are pretty dope. Reach out to me often. I reach out to them. We talk. We keep it moving. But for the most part, nah, because I'm not the type of person that just I'm not just going to move in the direction of chaos and destruction simply because I want to maintain friendships or relationships or I want to move up in the ranks. I want to move up a notch. I want my bank account to increase, so I'm going to sell my soul. That would never happen. Ever. And I like to believe that that's how Charlie Kirk was as well. Also, guys, um, did Candace Owens speak at the memorial? Something went wrong there before Charlie Kirk passed away. And nobody knows the true story. But as close as he and Candace was, I just want y'all to think about that. Just think about that. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to put anything on her, but I think it's kind of weird that not only was she not invited, but she did not speak at Charlie Kirk's memorial. I don't get it. I think she knows something that you guys need to listen to. I know y'all are saying she's off her rocker and she's lost it or she's gone too far in the deep end and all this other stuff. But the people who tell the truth the most, they are quieted. They are shut down. And I'll also say this. I've been to a funeral or two, and I'm not saying anything. Listen, hopefully you understand what I'm saying. I've been to a funeral or two where the killer was there in tears, acting like they cared for the family. And many people who were there knew. So when you see people just going off and just getting really passionate and try to hear a little bit more than what they're trying to tell you. I think it's weird that Candace was not there and that Candace did not speak. Before y'all go on today, I just want y'all to know that I love y'all, man. Like some real sugar honey iced tea for real. And it's not because you pay me your attention or you pay me dollars. It's because you are a son and daughter of the Lord. You are my brothers and sisters in Christ. And if we can't love each other, then what do we have? Also, I want to point this out too. For the people that I've been working with, um, And I'm not using this as an excuse, but I do want to point this out. I have been dealing with some thoughts, and I believe that if I were to see a therapist or something like that and tell them everything that I've been dealing with and thinking about and how I've been moving throughout my day, they would probably say I'm dealing with depression right now. But I would never parallel park there. Why? Because my God is bigger than anything that we can ever deal with, ever. He's bigger than your cirrhosis. He's bigger than your cancer. He's bigger than your anxiety. He's bigger than your depression. He's bigger than the pains you have all over your body. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe the Lord is allowing you to go through what you're going through so that you can be as loud as possible in helping someone else deal with the pains that you are dealing with? Think about it. 1 Corinthians 10:13. It says that the Lord will not put more on us that we can bear, but he will provide a door to escape so that we will be able to. Sometimes this is not about us, but there's nothing new under the sun. And if the Lord picked you to go through this thing, someone else is going to benefit from it. And I want you to understand that. I want you to believe that. Relish in the fact that you are helping somebody. How can you go through anything if you've never gone through anything? How can you help anybody through anything if you've never gone through anything? How can I communicate to my sons what it's like being a man if I didn't have to go through it myself? I'm not saying that women can't raise men. I'm not saying that at all. Because I believe that women can raise a man. Women can raise a man. Women can raise a woman. Like women are amazing. Women are like, fellas, you're not no simp because you love the ladies, man. Women are different. Women are like definitely God's gift. Think about it, man. We get to enjoy the beauty and the soft nature of a woman. We get to plant our seed and just go about our day. And the women, they have to deal with their own issues physically, internally, and they still have to grow that seed, nurture that seed, protect that seed, and then go through the pains of having whatever that seed becomes after 7 to 10 months. Think about that, man. And they do it for us. Women are amazing. That's why I don't have any respect for people who will go out of their way to physically harm a woman or child. It makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me, man. So yeah, if you ever see me, like I show women a little bit more reverence than I do men. Yeah, I do. And it's because y'all are awesome. That's it. I'm not gonna kiss your ass or try to give you favor or anything extra. That's not gonna happen because women gotta work for theirs just like men do. But don't think that just because they're the weaker sex, that they are the weaker sex. They're actually the stronger sex. And if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, then think about it later. You will. You'll understand. Women go through things, Jack. For every baby they carry, they deal with not only the turmoil and the internal issues of having or carrying that child, but they get more hormonal every single time they have to go through it. And they're always connected to every single human being that came out of their bodies. And even if they don't have children, they still deal with a whole bunch of these instinctual things. Like it's just their makeup. Women are amazing. Amazing. And when I was growing up, I only thought that women with my complexion were amazing. I always wanted a woman that was my complexion. I wanted my daughters to all be my complexion if I ever had one. I mean, just saying, I never thought about having children when I was younger. Didn't think about it at all. Didn't think about having no baby, no wife at all. Didn't think about having no house in the suburbs at all. None of that. A dog, none of that. I didn't think I was going to live past the age of 25. So what's the point of thinking about that? I'm just grateful to be in the land of the living. 90,000 people at your memorial doing praise and worship, calling on the Lord, ushering in the Spirit of God. That's different. That is different. That is different. And there's people out here who are even making fun of that. Like they can't stop. It's always something. Always. Charlie Kirk's wife is trying to make it like she's in the WWF. Why are they trying to act like they're in the WWF? Like they're in this is a wrestling event. Why are they all these fireworks and this, that, and the other? Blah, 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 blah. Miserable people. If you have no love for Charlie Kirk, then why are you even watching the memorial service? Why do you even care what they're doing? They call that FOMO, fear of missing out. Love y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today. This has been The Morning Vantage. I didn't show any videos today, and I'm glad I didn't. This is a moment where we can talk to each other, have a great conversation. I'm going to be posting videos a little later today. About to do some editing in a minute, but we are having our morning group call for everybody who's in our content creators family. You know, we got a bunch of people who are learning how to do this content creation. I'm giving them a little bit of instruction because I've learned some things over the years. Um, and most times I'm not giving them instructions. They're pulling up to see their friends, man, to be around other people who are dealing with the same struggles, going through the same things right now, learning the same skills. But I will say this, guys. If you're going to use Chat GPT, Claude.ai, Perplexity, Notion, you name it, all of the AI that's available to you, um, train up your robot so that it serves you and not that you serve it. Because that's essentially what you're doing. You're training up a robot who serves you, but you're also sharpening your own skills. You can create manuscripts, you can create transcripts that can write your whole book for you. It can make the cover for you. But you got to talk to it. You got to train it up. If you don't know how to write props with AI, Tell whatever AI you're dealing with, Grok, Claude, ChatGPT, you name it, you tell it to teach you how to make these props, and it will. Don't think that you got to learn it yourself. It will teach you how to learn it. And then you tell it about yourself. You let them know I am a 40-year-old black man. Um, I come from a two-parent household, and I love hip hop, but I only the clean kind, and I'm a Christian. I love God, and what I'm looking to do is I want to write a book about my life. Please provide me with an outline on where to start, what to do next, and we can go from there. Make it as short as possible and put it in bullet points so that I understand it. When it gives you an answer, you say, can you make it shorter and more, and could you change this? And could you change that? How can I turn this into a money making opportunity? How can I turn this into a business? If you were to scour the internet right now, would you be able to tell me how lucrative this could be if I turned this into a product or service? Also, how can I market it for free? I'm trying to tell you, AI will tell you all of that. AI will tell you how to walk up to another business person with a pitch, a 30-second elevator pitch, saying, yo, I've never ran a business a day in my life before, but I have raised children. Um, I'm a carpenter by trade. I know a little bit of electrical work, but that's it. I want to turn this into a business. And I want to write a book about my life. Where should I start? Claude.ai, Grok, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Notion, all of these AIs will help you out. Be patient with it, and it will be patient with you. But you are essentially training your own robot to help you level up in wherever this world is going. Do not believe that this tech this tech world we're in will become less technological because you want to be stuck on analog. It's not happening. Everything that moves forward starts to run to wherever the next level is. And before we know it, we're surrounded by material and technology and services that we could have started ourselves, businesses that we could have started ourselves. Don't be left behind, guy. Don't be left behind. All right. Love y'all, man. Keep on looking out for each other. And thank y'all so much for all of the super chats. Wheezy pulled up again. Why do I feel like you are talking right to me um, now about starting my channel? I'm always talking to you, Wheezy. Start your channel. You are a blessing, and so many people will be blessed by you. And you already know that. And if you don't want to be, guys, y'all faces don't have to be on the screen. And you don't even have to edit your content. You don't have to make it all pretty and all that other stuff like everybody else make their stuff. Keep it raw. Cut on that camera and just talk to your people. And if you do it consistently enough, you will be monetized and you will be noticed by the right people. The Lord will bring the right people to your doorstep, and you already know that to be true. That's just how life is. Do good and good will be done unto you, period. Don't scare yourself out of doing it because you're telling yourself it's going to be too complicated or it's going to be too complex. It's not. It's not. It's not. Cut that camera on and y'all go ahead and rock out. These phones we carry in our pockets are freaking expensive as heck. Make the best out of them. All right? Make the best out of them. You guys got this. And if you want to grab my YouTube course, feel free. It's inside of the descriptions, very first link. If you want to talk to me about one-on-one opportunities, reach out to me and we can talk. My email and everything is up there. And if you just want to curse me out in the email, feel free to do that too. I might cuss at you back depending on how you come to me, because I ain't no sucker. All right? And I'm not the type of content creator that talk greasy to people thinking that I would never see you. When I start talking greasy to you, I actually hope that I see you, because I'm much better face to face than I am over the internet. I'm not an internet dude, believe it or not. Let me read these right quick. So 861 of you answered my poll. It says, how are you doing? 38% of you said I'm doing all right. 7% of you said not that great, actually. 2% of you said I can't call it, I might spoil it. And 53% of you said I'm alive, thank God. To God be the glory. Make sure y'all always thanking God for the blessings that he bestows upon you, all right? Love y'all, man. Continue to do good. Spread love around the world. And again, say a prayer for Courtney with the C, all right? Say a prayer for Courtney with the C. I'm talking about in your own private closet. It does not have to be performative. You ain't got to do no super long prayer inside of the chat unless you want to. It's completely up to you. But in your own private closet, think of her when you go there, okay? When you talk to the Lord. Okay. Love y'all, man. I'll see y'all in the next one. And don't forget to check out the rest of my videos and playlists. All right. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.